What's going on, guys? Hey, if you think about it, you got a lot of people caught on both sides of this thing, right? See, there's a little difference in if you got like two friends fighting, or even two sides and they both have maybe it's an opinion, a kind of fight like that. So maybe, they're arguing back and forth. So nobody can really take a stand, you know what I'm saying? And I tried to wash this damn window again. I swear to God, streak free my ass. Every time I try it, it gets worse, or I get one spot and it gets the other. But anyway, point of it is, you got like, I want you all to think about, think about Tracy. She has come out many times, many times, said that, I call her a dumb fuck, which I do call her that. I have called her that and I'll get to why I call her that. But the bitch thing, that's the thing. Now, she said I called her that. I do not recall it. I really don't. Swear to God. It's not saying I didn't. Because, I usually, back then I was always calling Hector Cherry bitch. Now it's more like Roy and all them. So I might have slipped it. But even me not remembering it, I still, because of just in case I said it, I went back and tried to find it. I really did. All my shit is still there. Now, somebody had said it was on the lounge one time. I went back 4 or 5 nights ago and tried to go back around that time I thought it was and try to find it. And, I can't find it. It doesn't mean it's not there. It's I can't find it. But just in case, I apologize for that. I was like, if I said that, I was wrong. But see, the thing about it is, they'll call out shit that we do, right? They'll call out shit that we say. But when you got a fucking person coming up on your panels, you're letting them up there. They're saying complete bullshit about everybody, lying their ass off. Everybody knows it's a lie. Instead of then, calling them out and apologizing for letting them up there saying that shit, you guys justify it, and you even add to it by saying, oh, well, yeah, that side lies. Oh, they do this, they do this. It's time, I'm telling you right now, it's time. And this is the thing. This is why everybody that's caught in the middle feels this way. It's time that either side that you have, any questions on, call that shit out. I'm telling you. If people would say shit like when, someone says like, oh, this person's on drugs, this person does this, or this person does that. If they called them out and said, well, why do you say that? How do you say that? Why would you do it? Then bring up the fact like, yeah, the guy offered $1,000 to your hunter to prove you wrong, so once you do that, or shut the fuck up. But no one does it. See, what the thing is, some people is used to, again, you've got two friends fighting, and this ain't like, a little disagreement both sides, a little arguing here and there. There's been a lot of shit. This shit's been going on for damn near a year. I couldn't believe that when somebody had said that, and I went back and I was like, God damn, it has been. But that's the thing. The reason it keeps fucking going on is nobody fucking, the middle people, they don't take a stand on either side. They might say a little bit here and there to kind of call it out a little bit. But, then when the person kind of pushes back, they let it off. Fuck, you ain't got to go on a panel and do it or anything. You can do it in the chat. Just, if I was lying about somebody, right? If I was saying a bunch of bullshit and people was calling me out about it, and I knew that they knew I was full of shit, I would stop doing it. Now, that's not saying Serb's going to stop doing it, because he's a pathological liar, but everybody knows. See, some people, think his out is he's a troll. See, a troll is somebody who, will leave a stupid comment on this video, or, maybe come to a live stream, say, stupid shit in the chat, but you can just block him and get rid of it. What Serb's doing, it's not really trolling. What he's doing, he's a shit stirrer. He's a liar. Everything, and like I said, again, everything I'm saying, ask me how. Hell, go back on my videos. I tell you all the time how he's a liar. Everything he does is a fucking lie. He gets called out. He never addresses it. Only thing he ever says is like, he'll bring up all this shit about his life. He brings it up. Then when it's called as a lie, and when someone says like, damn, show us, prove it, he's like, why should I do that? Like, it's nobody's business. That's, and then some of the people outside like, yeah, you don't owe them nothing. Yeah, yes, he does. In society, if you say something to somebody, fuck YouTube, just in general, if you say something and somebody calls you out and they prove that you're a liar and you're trying to still say you're not, you're the one that put that out there. Like I said, Serb getting lost at Ocean, we got to go with that. Serb getting lost at Ocean and shit, he put it out there. We didn't put it out there. And, his out was like at first saying, the dog thing, but everybody knows the dog is Serb. It doesn't matter. When Serb came back, he confirmed it all. He admitted it. And again, Serb sat there for a day, then he's seen when everybody kind of started calling him out, he left again, and he brought Dog back for a week. Dog went everywhere, just doing nothing but talking shit. then saying little things about this side, calling out things. And some of you fucking terrible fucking people, I swear to God, some of you motherfuckers, I mean, you guys are fake. Jackie, Carrie, Tracy, all you motherfuckers. I mean, you guys sit there, you know they're lying. You know it. But just because you're on that side of things, you might not like people on one side or the other, you won't call out the bullshit. Because even if I didn't like somebody, let's say like Roy. I mean, Roy's always been a cocksucker. Roy's always been a terrible person. Roy's been a terrible friend. I mean, me and him was never friends. Like I said, we were acquaintances. Now, him and Flex, you could consider that a friendship, right? But he was never a friend of Flex. He used Flex for what he could get out of Flex. And then when he didn't think he needed it no more, he turned. See, Roy really thought he was going to pop over to Hector's. He seemed like, we weren't talking about the drama for a while. So what happened was, like, Hector and him, they were talking about it on his channel. So people literally, oh, never mind, it closed. But literally, people would go there because there was, people there, more people, and they were all talking bullshit. And when I say bullshit, I mean complete bullshit. I mean, when you have to keep lying about shit, I mean, if you're the person talking shit and you have to lie, because you know if you're lying or not, think about that. I don't know. I couldn't do it. There's no way. But again, I don't know. But Roy thought he could really go over there and, siphon off of them just like he did Dennis, just like he tries to do Pedro, just all of them people. And then what he seen was people finally went in for, a lot of people took a stand. A lot of people literally that was going on both sides. They finally said, fuck it. They seen, there was two sides going at it. One side had the truth. One side had nothing but bullshit fucking, I hate to even, but yeah, I tried to do this without calling people names and shit, but you guys are a bunch of fucking losers. You really are. Anybody that has to, like, latch on to people and stay there because that's all you got left. Like Roy, god damn, did you ever catch that when you say that? Me and Reese. Oh, me and Reese, we went to the next level. God damn, you're an idiot. I swear to God. The dude does nothing but cause shit, both of them. It's like, Roy, he's so fucking delusional. Because when he seen that side kind of falling apart, he was like, oh, fuck, he would try to come back to the lounge. But see, this time he went so fucking far that, the 2-week ban thing, he was up talking all kinds of shit. Letting people talk shit in his thing, and Flex said it. Now, remember, Flex, I guarantee you most of this entire time, I guarantee you 70% of it, he's been blocked on Roy's channel, right? But when he says something about 2 weeks, Roy loses his shit. So what he does to get back, he works with Reese and he tells Flex. He says it on his thing, but he's talking to Flex that, he called Reese. He's doing that to hurt Flex. Like, haha, I used Reese, the guy's been fucking with you the most. I used him to help take the channel down. And Roy really thought that he was going to do that just like he does everything else. Just like with the Thunder phone call, the lab. A billion things. He thought, a week or so would go by, he would pop over and kind of joke around about shit, and everything would go back to normal. But see, Roy, there's some things you just can't come back from, buddy. You destroy. There's no channel to come back to. The channel that you was a part of, Roy. See, a lot of people talk about the lounge. See, it's like a new lounge. Yeah, it's still Flex, same thing. If you wouldn't know no better, you would think it's the same lounge. Everything's the same, and it's going to. Watch, it'll be better than before. It'll pick up. You start seeing how people are. Like, Flex used to let a lot of people around that he's seen they didn't give a fuck about him. They used they used him to, like, boost themselves. And when they would get themselves where they thought they would be like, fuck him. You know what I mean? And a lot of people do people that way. And it's fucking sad. And it's just, again, if people would call out the bullshit, just tell those people every time they start to say something, every single time they say like a lie, or even if you don't know if it's a lie, and they say something like very outlandish, just fucking ask them like, hey, you got proof of that? And again, don't let them say stuff like, oh, it's just that, or here, oh, it just is, I ain't doing it, go look yourself. Get them to tell you where to look. I can, everything I've ever said about anybody, I can either show you or tell you exactly where to see it. I ain't made nothing up. See, again, people, unless something happens to them personally, they don't understand how, like, maybe somebody's seeing somebody in a certain place, a chat. See, even if, like, somebody's talking massive shit and you're not typing in that chat right then, but then later on, they're not really talking about much, but then you're in there, typing away with them and having a good time, that shows that even if you're trying to say, well, I'm trying to stay out of the drama, that shows those people that it's okay to talk shit. It's okay to lie. People's still going to support them. That's the worst thing about being neutral. All you're doing is telling both sides it's okay. Again, if I ever lied about something, I would get in front of that shit immediately, because like I said, one lie, it fucks up all the truths you've ever told. That's like the bitch thing. I mean, again, I'm not a hunter, but I'm pretty sure I never said that. Never said it. But I mean, I could have. But just in case, I was like, shit, if I did that, I am sorry. And I was. But that don't stop them from letting people up there talk all kinds of bullshit on the panel and the chat. They let people lie their ass off. They never call it back. But if something happens to them on this side, if somebody on our side says a little something, oh my God, look, oh my God, they want that called out, and that person, but they'll sit over there and talk shit all the fucking time. And pushing back a little bit, like saying things like, yeah, but you guys are doing drama too. You guys are keeping it going too. No. See, if we're saying shit like they're saying, and we're not lying about anything. See, like Roy going up on a panel, or doing a stream, I mean, and him sitting there saying, oh, they lied. That's a lie. This is a lie. They said this. They did this. And we say, no, we didn't. We show you what we said. That's like saying that, you know, Thunder's going around saying this, Flex is going around saying that. Then when we ask, like, show it. Show us. They can't show it. It's like Reese again. He tagged me last night. He's like, how much else do I have to show? The first video that you click on his little playlist was like, I have no idea who the fuck that was. It was like a woman cheating on her boyfriend or something, and I guess it's right. I have no idea. I have no idea who that was. But somehow that was supposed to be proof that we were fucking telling people to cancel Roy, or we were doing, I don't know. That was some weird fucking shit, Reese. Again, when we say tag us in proof, we don't mean proof of like fucking other shit. We mean shit like we've said, or anything we've done. When you all say that we've done all this shit, and we're telling you, prove it, show it. That's the thing, you can't do it because it's not true. God damn, buddy, you gonna fucking turn, or Jesus fucking Christ? He's thought about that for fucking 2 miles. But anyway, again, show us what we said. If we said something, you're saying it. Because Roy literally said, Reese has everything. Reese has it all. And that's sad, because you see what all Reese has put out there. It's nothing. Either he goes back for a year, 2 or 3 years ago on something. And like the thing he showed yesterday, a panel, and talking about like the worst fight on the lounge. For one, Flex wasn't even there. For two, it was people arguing. You know, it was like, I guess that was the time they were talking about Red drinking. Fuck, we've all had those moments. But Red, you know, that's what I'm saying. Red got out in front of it. She admitted. She's like, yeah, you know, she was doing that. She was, that night, she is, you know, she drank a little too much. She got up there. Fuck, we all do it. Hell, Torp, you know how that is. And that's what I'm saying. We all know that. When we see Torp, when he's getting to that point, we kind of see like, uh-oh. But then he it's like Torp knows it now. But see what happened to Torp, again, I can't say this enough. Just imagine waking up and seeing a made-up video about you put on the internet that's had consequences, huge, you know, big effects on your life. You know, and on another time, the same fucking shit. And a guy that knows it's fake shares that video out and just keeps fucking talking about it, keeps fucking playing it, and nobody calls him out for it. Now, again, Tracy just throwing out there, we said bitch, you know, or, you know, I called her a bitch, all this shit. A word. Then when she even said that time when I said that, she's like, well, but he calls me dumb fuck. That's because you do some dumb fucking shit. When you sit there and know the shit Serb is saying is 100% complete bullshit. See, if Serb was a friend to you motherfuckers, that's like me. If I told a bunch of bullshit on the internet, and I've seen people like taking up for me like they kind of did for Serb, just a few idiots. But even them, if I seen them people taking up for me and I seen them getting a lot of fucking heat over it, I would either admit my lie and be like, fuck it, and just run off in shame. Or if I was telling the truth, I would fucking prove it to make my friends feel like, you know, at least they're there for you, Serb. So why don't you ever go? I mean, all this shit we call you a liar about, they sit there and take up for your ass. So why don't you reciprocate and do shit for them? Why don't you just prove that shit? Put us in our place, sir. There you go. If you're telling all these truths and, you know, you're you know, we're all liars, we tell half-truths, we spin shit to fit our narrative, which is a fucking bunch of shit. And Tracy, when you say that, I'm going to tell you one more fucking time. Put up or shut the fuck up. Either show us what we're fucking spinning. Show us what we're fucking half-truth. Any of that shit. Everything Serb said was a fucking lie. Serb is dog. All that shit's true. But no one cares. Serb's a fucking weirdo. Serb's a pathologist. A lot of people think Serb's just, he's like a troll. He's like an idiot. But that's not it. Again, Serb is not just a troll. He's a shit-staring cocksucker. He goes around starting trouble from the time he gets on the internet and the dude gets on there, the first panel he can pop on, he's on there, and he stays till the last man leaves. And this dude's telling other people they ain't got a life. Get the fuck out of here. I mean, you like, he'll sit there and talk about Flex like he drives around and talk to, I guess me too. Oh, drives around and yells at the dashboard. But he said it about Flex many times when Flex is like playing the shit back. Hey, Serb, that's all you've ever done. The only time you've ever been on camera is been accidental, except on the dog account. So now we all know that was you, you fucking weirdo. So if people would call you out about that and just say, as soon as Serb says something like that, like, oh my God, that's so bizarre, like the weird shit he says, just automatically tell them, like, Serb, you've lied your ass off. Or just call them out and say, Serb, you know that ain't true. Or prove them, hey, just prove it. If they're lying, Serb, prove it to them. It's very easy to prove that. Dude, if somebody was telling me I was lying about being lost at sea and all like that, that's very, very easy to prove. It's a lot easier to prove that, like, dog and servant the same person. See, there for a while, I figured the dude was going to, you know, get a friend or a cousin to try to come on. But see, now he knows, fuck, I can't do that because we've seen both of them. Or the same person, I mean. We've seen them. So we know who the fuck he is. We know they're the same person. Everybody knows that. Everybody. I'm talking behind the scenes and everything. Everybody knows Serb. Everybody knows Serb's full of shit. But nobody calls him out publicly except us. Then when we do it, see, that's the thing about sides too. See, we've never, like, held nobody to it. Could you imagine if, like, they were saying, like, if we were saying that they were drug addicts or they did this or everything they said was lies, if people came in their chats, they would go nuts on them. Call that shit out, because think about Roy. Roy's literally screaming at Bobby. First, he comes up on a panel. Roy does. He comes up. Roy's sitting there, like, you know, going at Bobby, calling him spineless, all kinds of bullshit. Then when Bobby comes up to address it, Roy comes up later and says, a friend don't come up on a panel and talk about and Bobby didn't say nothing bad, but Roy tore him up. That shows right there. That's all you need to know about Roy. Roy only fucking cares about Roy. I've told you all about that for a long time. But even before I told you all, people had told me, and it took me a while to see. I mean, fuck, G's told us a long time. You know, like, and I should have, you know, a few things he's told me, I should have fucking listened. But I gotta learn the hard way. You know, you want to give people the benefit of the doubt, and it's fucked me every goddamn time. I mean, we were warned about Reese by people. And, dude, you know you was here before I was. Go the fuck on, I shouldn't have to flash. But anyway, but we still thought, well, you know, maybe, you know, we'll give them a benefit of the doubt and all that. Yeah, and look what happens. You know, the truth doesn't matter to those people. But again, just imagine if somebody was, you know, really saying bullshit about Roy. I mean, because, I mean, again, when the people's telling the truth about him and Roy's making up shit they say, and they prove they don't say it, Roy still yells at people and saying the same thing we say. Now remember, they were all over there talking about, I'm getting sick of this guilt by association. That's bullshit. I can only be held accountable for what I say. That don't matter. But again, that it's funny how that shit goes away. It's funny how their opinion changes when the shit's being said about them. Because now all of a sudden it's, oh, if you don't say something, you might as well be doing it. It's the same thing. You might as well do it. If they're talking shit and you don't say nothing. Right there, he just told you. We've told you all that forever. And see, I agree. If somebody's, hell, I agree with Roy right there. If someone is talking shit and you know it's bullshit and you sit there in that chat on a panel or in the chat, it doesn't matter. And you still support that channel and you still, like, you don't call this shit out, you're 100% supporting it. Because if I was lying my ass off right now, if I was lying my ass off, and the same people still came around, they still was cool with me, why would I stop lying? I don't have to. I can just keep talking bullshit because no one's calling me out. But see, that's the great thing about this side. I guarantee you, if I got something wrong, I would get called out for it. And it wasn't like I would be mad. I would be disappointed if I did get something wrong. and so, like somebody caught me doing on this side, they caught me saying something wrong, and they didn't tell me, I would be disappointed they didn't do it. Because I mean, if somebody truly fucking calls you a friend, if they see you saying shit wrong, they should, it's not really checking you, they should just tell you, like, oh no, you was wrong about this, wrong about that. That way you don't keep on spreading that lie. But again, you guys on that side, that's all you got is fucking lies. We've told you all, I mean, at this point, as many times as all of us have said, you're full of shit. We've showed you're full of shit. The things you say, we've begged you to show us, tag us, show us what you're talking about. You won't do it. So you do know all the people, they know you're full of shit. What the problem of it is, those people are welcome to nowhere else. That's all they got is a bunch of fucking losers. That's all they got. So they have to hang on to that. I mean, I couldn't imagine waking up and having to say like, yep, me and Reese. Jesus fucking Christ, man. At that point, you delete your channel and fucking, I'm telling you, man, a basket weaving community or something. Go to that. You know, I mean, mating grass, or can you, what was that, centipedes? Centipedes fucking. Go to that channel like that. I mean, I would do anything to get away from that. And again, when you're up there telling all those lies and shit, look in the chat at the people they are. They're just pure shit stirrers, and when they get called out, it's funny. Again, a lot of the people on that side, they will talk shit endlessly. But then when somebody brings their name up and says like anything about them, and not even like saying nothing bad about them, just calling them out, like calling them out for talking shit and saying they're full of shit. Oh my God, why are they bringing me into it? I don't do nothing. Jesus fucking Christ, you guys are idiots. So again, this is a challenge for like Tracy, Jackie, Carrie. Again, I hate to even bring Terry in it, but Terry, you're over there with them. All the shit they're saying about us, and you're sitting there going right along with it. You're never putting them in check. But yet, I guarantee it, if I said one little bitty thing wrong on this video, they would jump all over that shit. And not just like, oh, you might have got this wrong. They would be calling me out, calling me a liar. Because again, think about it. All they've ever got on me, ever, was a fucking, a comment that I had seen that I thought Roy was in the live. And it was like a 5-minute thing, because when I said it, Roy's like, no, and I was like, yeah, I seen the screen. He's like, you sure? And I was like, yeah, I swear to God, I seen the comment. So he showed, you know, when they said where to look or where, I can't remember if he showed it or what happened, but when I seen it, it was Cherry was just playing a video. I immediately like, oh fuck, my bad, sorry about that. That's not a lie. That's, and what I didn't lie, I literally said I seen Roy's comment highlighted. It was highlighted. He just wasn't there that day. But again, if everybody's there, if you're somewhere and they're talking complete bullshit, even if you're not typing at that moment, even if you say like, oh, we've been friends for, it doesn't matter. If you still support that shit, or you don't call that shit out, you are telling that person saying it that it's perfectly okay. You're telling them to go ahead and say whatever they want to. They can do what they want to, and you'll still support them. Look what Roy done on a YouTube community. You know, in a YouTube, I mean, he did the worst thing you could do. He literally took the channel that was a core part of that gig community, especially on the live side. I mean, no matter whose lives were, you know, the lounge was always that, and Roy took that down. He had no idea that Flex would be able to, you know, build it back and get it back. I mean, like monetize. He had no idea about that. He didn't give a fuck. But dude, could you imagine if somebody would have took Roy? Oh my God, he would have cried. And think about it. This stupid motherfucker, Roy, he really thinks that you can sue somebody for speaking the truth about you. Roy is so fucking stupid. He thinks you can sue somebody for talking about a video that you put on a public platform. I mean, if that was the case, man, I mean, some of you guys have went to the defamation. I mean, like what Reese did about Torp, that's terrible. I mean, see, even the you know, the thing he did about Tammy, that was fucking terrible. That makes Tammy go back and relive that, right? But I mean, that's just a piece of shit person who would do something like that. But again, the fucking thing about Torp, that could alter his whole life. That could literally get him like maybe banned from restaurant. Yeah, all kind of, like I said, a neighbor could move in, not know him, and they just happened to run across that video, you know, a year or two down the road, and you know, even if they knew Torp and didn't think he was that kind of, they'd be like, oh, you know, now that makes them wonder. So yeah, of course, Torp, when he sees people still being cool with the people that's cool with the person that done it, fuck yeah, he's mad. I mean, I do get that. I swear to God, because again, like when I seen, you know, people like, and to this very day, Tracy's sitting there saying, you know, people call her names and sit there, but a dude that literally sat there and, you know, talked about, you know, my daughter the way he did. You will sit there and highlight his comments, give him wrenches on his channel. You guys are fucking terrible people. Fucking terrible people. You guys deserve each other. I mean, it's all it is. But again, it's like almost at the time when people keep talking about like they're, you know, they're sick of the drama, they wish the drama would end, but they don't do one goddamn thing to end it. And it would be so easy. Call out both sides. When either side says something that you know is bullshit, or they go too far. Like if I had called Tracy a bitch and you heard me do that, I would want you to say, hey dude, maybe you shouldn't call her a bitch. And I would have called in a meeting and said not to. I would want you to call that out. But I mean, the dumb fuck thing, she is a dumb fuck. She's a shit person. She don't give a fuck about nobody. Again, when Roy was telling her like, hey, to private the stream or whatever, Roy wasn't doing that to help Tracy. He could give a fuck less about Tracy. Look at all this shit he done. Have you ever seen Roy lose his shit that much on a channel, threaten people and do all kinds of... Again, Roy, you ain't threatening nobody. You ain't scaring nobody, you fucking idiot. But again, he don't do that shit on his channel. He ain't gonna take the risk. But he'll do it on yours. He don't give a fuck about you. But Roy, you think she's gonna take that down? That's the most views she's ever got in her life. You really think she's gonna... She loved that shit. But again, if you guys... Instead of keep saying like, oh, I wish the drama would end, I wish everybody would get along, call out the bullshit on either side, and I guarantee you this shit would end. Everybody from that side, go fuck yourselves. All the ones that ain't gonna call this shit out, go fuck yourselves. To the ones that's gonna call it out, thank you. The rest of y'all have a good day. Happy Hanukkah.